From Manny Del Carmen's old stomping grounds, West Roxbury High School in West Roxbury, Mass. Welcome to another edition of Lexington Blue Sox Baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network, as the Blue Sox at 14-4-1, second in the ICL, take on the base of the Yawkey League, entering play at 9-14, fourth in the Yawkey. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. Again, Manny Del Carmen's old stomping grounds, West Roxbury High School. West Roxbury as a school no longer active, but the facilities used here and just behind us at Millennium Park of importance, of course, to the Boston community, and community is really the name of the game when it comes to the base organization. Formerly the South End Astros has expanded to a multi-sport academy, essentially, for youth in Boston. And here they are, fourth place right now in the Yawkey League standings at 9-14, taking on the Blue Sox, coming off a 5-4 win against another Yawkey League foe last night, the Al Thomas Athletics, with Brett Stone's pinch hit RBI single with 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. His first hit and first RBI of the season being the difference in that one, and a little more on that later on. A lot to talk about tonight, including that, and some thoughts about some little Manny Del Carmen anecdote, which actually ties into tonight's Who You Got poll. If you're wondering why the Corona slogan is the third option tonight, I'll get into that later. Also some happenings around the Intercity League, especially last night, with history being made by Mike Nestor of the Melrose Americans. But we'll touch on that later, as we'll give you the Lexington Blue Sox starting lineup, as usual, in the Pete Frates Classics, the Navy jerseys with the red block numbers and letters and red shoulders. It'll be Jake McElroy leading off at third base, followed by Ben Leonard in left. Julian Alvarez is the DH. Justin Boslin is in right. Ryan Grace is at first. Welcome back Jeff Costello in center field, batting sixth. Charlie Walsh at short. Max Dushny behind the plate, and Dylan Walsh rounding out the lineup at second. And again, with this being an interleague game, only a 9-man lineup allowed, no extra hitter, just the DH slot, and that will be Alvarez, as I mentioned, and Chris Wannett getting the start on the mound for the Blue Sox. Getting the start on the mound for the base will be Kennifer Aguilar. Now, I want to preface this by saying that the base only has 11 games worth of stats uploaded to the Yawkey League website, but the last game we have logged for Aguilar there was, in fact, the only game for him this log this season was against the Brighton Braves on May 29th, went 3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 7 earned runs, walking 4, and no strikeouts. And we'll fill in the base lineup as we go along, but we're just about ready for some baseball here in Westy. Blue Sox in blue, as I mentioned, and the base in the home grays, which is something seems like a baseball sacrilege, right? Tell that to the New York Mets in their City Connect uniforms. Anyways, here's Jake McElroy leading things off, getting the start at third base tonight. Aguilar ready to go. First pitch, 7:53. Called strike. We're underway. You'll notice it's close quarters like it is at Maplewood here, with our view of your view anyways, of the first and third base bags a little cut off at the edges of the picture frame. Well, let me put it this way. If you think it's close quarters at Maplewood, Maplewood might as well be the Polo Grounds compared to Westy here. 0-2 the count to McElroy. 1-2, and Westy has its own little quirks, as Maplewood does. McElroy playing in his 6th game in a Blue Sox uniform, 4 for 15 with 1 triple to his lines, to his name, and 2 walks to 3 strikeouts. Hits this one down the line and left towards the corner, and that is going to be a recurring theme tonight. 1-0 Blue Sox leadoff home run by Jake McElroy. Folks, I was told it's 3:05 down the line. That might be generous. 3:05 down the lines, 3:15 to dead center. Again, Maplewood might as well be Polo Grounds. McElroy's first home run of the year, and his first ribby, too. 1-0 Blue Sox. And that'll be outside for ball one to Ben Leonard. Not 11-0. Don't get ahead of yourself, Blue Sox fans. Not even a permanent fence here. It's a bunch of gates connected together. There's also a softball event going on the opposite side of those fences as well. Grounded to the right side, fielded at first base, flipped to the pitcher covering, and great acceleration there by Aguilar. Looked like he stutter stepped a little bit halfway over to the bag, but able to get the 3-1 put out for out number one. So here's Julian Alvarez. So Leonard retired, the 3-1, and I'll push him down a little bit on his .417 batting average entering play at 1090 OPS. Here's Alvarez. Just a duck out of that one, and it nearly got in there for strike, but it is 1-0. Fine curveball there, but didn't get the call, did Aguilar. And that also missed a little high, and it'll be 2-0. Jules with a .750 OPS and a .241 batting average entering play with 8 RBIs. That bounces to the plate, and it'll be 3-0. 3 doubles, but no home runs yet on the season for Jules. Did not play last night against the A's. On Tuesday against ADSL, went 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. Justin Boslin due up next. 3-0 incoming to Jules. 4-pitch walk. As the commuter rail goes rolling by behind us, one of the few MBTA services working properly, it seems, lately. Here's Bosland. That'll be in there for strike one, 0-1. Boz entering play, 2 for 13 with 4 runs scored. Has 6 walks, just those 2 hits. And Aguilar might be getting his confidence back here. It is 0-2. Swing and a miss, and a pitch downstairs. Gets between the catcher's legs, and Alvarez is going to jog up to second, but Bosland is retired with first base being occupied before the pitch was even thrown. So runner in scoring position and 2 down. Alvarez gets to second on the wild pitch. Bosland retired on strikes, and here is Ryan Grace. Grace getting his first Blue Sox start, made a cameo appearance in the win over ADSL. Fouls that one straight back, and the count will be 1-1. Grace hits this one the other way and threw into left field for a base hit. Alvarez being waved around third, and he will score standing up. 2-0. Save that ball for Ryan Grace, his first Blue Sox hit. Well, again, welcome back, Jeff Costello. Former ICL batting champion, Lexington High School standout, BB&N and Northeastern standout. And takes ball one. 2-0 Blue Sox here in the top of the first. I don't know why that's And already at the second, a check swing. Now it looks like a ball, and Grace taking a wide turn at second, but will hold there. Second wild pitch of the inning. Count will be 2-0. Costello hits this one off the end of the bat the other way, but that'll be a foul ball. 2-1 is the count to Jeff. Aguilar looking in for the sign, and comes home with it, and that bounces to the plate, and to third goes Grace. Third wild pitch of the inning already for Aguilar. So maybe a chance here for Costello to do some damage. Runner at third, 3-1 count, 2 down. Costello, the ICL batting champion back in 2017 with a .449 average. And he fouls that one off. I'll fill the count, 3-2. Costello in 2022 was 4 for 18 in 6 games, and he takes ball 4 here. So the inning continues on the walk on the payoff pitch. Costello gets on base. His return to the Blue Sox. He can run, too. Here's Charlie Walsh. 7th batter of the inning. Walsh settling in here. Quickly a throw back to first, and an interesting setup here by the first base. He's actually starting in foul territory and standing split-legged across the bag. First base bag, that is. That's low for ball 1. I mean, I know it's close quarters here, but is it that close? Costello, by the way, in that batting title season of 2017 was 13 of 13 in stolen base attempts. He was 21 out of 23 in stolen bases in 36 games between 2017 and 2022. Walsh grounds this one to the right side, fielded there at second and on to first, and that'll do it for the top half of the first. The Blue Sox get 2 runs on 2 hits, including Jake McElroy's first Blue Sox home run and Ryan Grace's first Blue Sox hit. Happening in the books, Blue Sox 2 in the base coming up. Chris Wannett getting the start tonight for the Blue Sox. Already staked to a 2-0 lead. Enters play 3-1-1 with a 1.31 ERA and 21 1/3 innings. Has allowed 12 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 2, and struck out 19. Last pitch on July 10th against the Boston Padres. Got the win in 4 innings of work, allowing just 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 1 K. And that'll be taken low for ball 1. Jorel Mello leading things off, the second baseman for the base. Grounds this one foul. Mello, Villalona, and Valera due up for the base here in the bottom of the first. Mello getting his first action of the season, at least that we have logged on the Yankee League website. A little bit of a stumble up the line, but no matter, as he's going to reach. Francis Villalona, third baseman for the base, swings at the first pitch. A diving attempt is not hauled in. A little overshoot of the second base bag, both by Mello, and then the throw coming back in by the Blue Sox center fielder Costello. So 2 on, nobody out to begin the inning for the base. Trying to get those 2 runs back as quickly as possible. And up the middle, by the way, can be a little bit of a challenge because just behind second base, here's a back pick attempt at first base by Dushny. And that has been one area where the Blue Sox, and especially Dushny, have excelled this year, neutralizing the run game for the opposing offenses. 0-1. There's actually been a little bit of a downward slope just behind the second base bag. Here's a chopper to short, flip to second for 1, on to first, double play. So Joel Valera is retired on the 6-4-3 double play. Mello is at third now with 2 down. Mario Martinez, the left fielder for the base, comes up empty, and he is quickly behind 0-2. Martinez, again, not many stats logged for the base this year. Martinez 0 for 3 in his last appearance, and he grounds out here, and the side is retired, so the base threaten with those back-to-back hits to begin the inning, but will take nothing and like it. 2-0 Blue Sox after 1. About to get the top of the second underway, and it'll be Dushney, Walsh, and McElroy due up for the Blue Sox, 8-9-1. Obviously with the small field here at Westy, leaves a lot of high-scoring games. And remember, it's not just the base that plays their games here. The Yawkey League, it's I think the Park League, I guess, a little more decentralized, all things considered, in terms of where teams play. Here we go to the top of the second. Here's Dush to lead things off. And that will be taken for a ball, 1-0. I'm pretty sure that McElroy's home run was our first leadoff home run of the season. And obviously it would have, if it was going to happen anywhere, it's going to happen here. Again, 305, if that, down the line, 315 to center, from what we have been told. 3-0 to Dush. And Dush will draw a 4-pitch walk to begin the top of the second. Dush 5 for 23 on the season. Actually, he's just picked up his 10th walk. He has twice as many walks as hits. Pat is 455 OBP entering play tonight. And those 10 walks now are second on the team behind Nick Anderson, who's not with the team tonight. That nicks off the catcher's glove, and up to second goes Dushney, and it'll be ball one with a runner in scoring position to Dylan Walsh. Now the small field maybe reduces the likelihood of Walsh laying one down. You want to maybe take advantage of, see if like he can maybe ranch one here. He can still play small ball, the small park, but he's going to hold up and take ball two, 2-0. So the third walk already issued by Aguilar. Pass ball gets Dush to second. And that'll be 3-0. Throw down to third. One hops into the bag and in safely is Dush. So no Nick Anderson tonight, as I mentioned. Also without Anderson Jimenez and O'Neill Jimenez, who actually had to leave the game early last night to attend to family matters. And guys, we have you in our thoughts, and hope to see you back in the field soon enough. But take care of what you got to take care of. Anderson actually picked up a couple of hits and was, really turning it around offensively after struggles to start the season early. Had 2 hits last night, 8 hits now in his last 5 games. Had to give way to Brett Stone after having to depart to deal with that, as is grounded to first. And a bobble at first base is going to allow everyone to reach. It's going to allow Dush to score and Walsh to reach safely. Maybe some indecision there over at first base, and are going to take it to the bag or try and come home with it. In the end, it is 3-0 Blue Sox, with a runner at first and still nobody out here in the top of the second. But yeah, that opportunity for Brett, picked up his first base hit of the year, his first RBI of the year, and that gave the Blue Sox the win last night over the Al Thomas Athletics. Another wild pitch will now put Dylan at second for Jake McElroy. You saw what he did leading off this ball game, that home run. You talk about like arena baseball, you want to play ball off the camera off a light pole or something. I remember just the smaller field here. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Walsh thought about it, but decided to stay put. Still hitters count here, and still nobody out in the inning for McElroy. Picking up his first home run of the year, first Blue Sox home run and first leadoff home run of the season for the Blue Sox. Curveball misses low. The count will be 3-1. Ben Leonard is due up next. Ball 4. Do wonder if Aguilar is trying to rely a bit too much on the breaking ball here in the early going. He's gotten a couple of good roundhouse ones in there last inning, but it does feel a little like he's a little too reliant on it from my vantage point anyways. So McElroy reaches on the walk. Here's Leonard, who takes a strike. But obviously, you can't just pound fastballs down the pipe at this park. 1-1 the count. That hit him? It did. So the bases are loaded now on the hit by pitch. Leonard reaches. And here comes Jules. Julian with a walk and a run scored his first time up. Wind is blowing out towards, out and across to right, so got one up in the jet stream. Could carry out of any ballpark. Walsh at third, McElroy at second, Leonard at first. One run home already in this top of the second to make it 3-0. And Jules will take a ball down away to make it 2-0. As of now, just Bosland and Charlie Walsh have yet to reach base for the Blue Sox. Alvarez tags this one into deep center field. And it is gone. I mean, kind of halfway in between the hesitation and the, no doubt home run call, but Alvarez with his first home run of the year, and it's a grand slam to boot. It is 7-0. Say that to his face, man. Yeah, that's his teammate. He's allowed. Second home run of the ball game for the Blue Sox. 5 runs home now and still nobody out in the inning. Here's Bosland, who takes ball 1. I know. Not a whole lot of emphasis on the home run calls. Fortunately, it's to dead center. That runs inside 3-0. And you got some guys in your line of sight, unfortunately, where I am right now. Also don't want to, be yucking it up or anything when it's, a tough night already for the base, down 7-0, and now a walk to Boston. Still nobody out in the inning. So, certainly don't want to be accused of rubbing it in anyone's face, but when it's a lopsided game already. Is it going to be 9-0? You bet. Ryan Grace, first pitch swinging, no doubter, 9-0. Just no doubter. It's just it doesn't carry. It doesn't have to carry nearly as far. It kind of takes a little air out of that as well. But what are you going to do? Well, what's going to happen here? It looks like you're going to have a conference and perhaps a pitching change, or not a whole lot. Only 2 guys on the bench right now for the base, so I didn't see anyone specifically warming. So we'll have to see, but long conversation here for the base on the mound right now. See how this plays out. I'm going to stick with Aguilar right now. But, yeah, as I said, a lot of high-scoring games at this field. Back on May 31st, the Black Sox beat the base 14-11 here. Base also beat the Brighton Braves 8-6. I don't know how they and the Boston A's only played a 2-1 game on July 5th, but then beat McKay Club 7-0 on July 16th. Their defense, though, these high-scoring games are not exclusive to Westy, but grounder to short, a little bit of a double clutch, but able to get Costello for the first out of the inning. So Costello is retired. One down here in the top of the second. The first 7 had reached. All of them scored, in fact. Here's Charlie Walsh. Walsh, towering pop-up over towards the third base bag, and a snow cone catch over there for out number 2. Great job by Villalona to haul that one in, not lose it, and it is now 2 down. And lineup turns over for the man who started this party, Max Duchney. Walked and eventually scored. First time up this inning and takes down and away 4-1. Yeah, 9-0 in the top of the second. That is no typo. Melrose Americans beat the East Boston Knights 19-4 here on Monday. Speaking of the Melrose Americans, it's 2-0 to Dush. Now 3-0. How about Mike Nestor and his history-making performance last night in the Americans' win? Now, while we have only records dating back to 2006 on the Intercity League website, I have to imagine he's the first player in Intercity League history to be responsible for all 21 outs in a 7-inning game for his team. He struck out 17. That hit him. He somehow danced out of the way. Wow. Well, so you think he can dance still a thing? That would have done well. Dush to second on the wild pitch. So yeah, he struck out 17 batters, as that's in their first strike, 1-1. He picked off 3 runners and caught a line drive for an out. Dylan Walsh into right field, and that'll bounce up against the wall, stay in the park this time, around third, and scoring standing up is Dush to make it 10-0 on the RBI double by Dylan Walsh. So here's McElroy. Home run and a walk already. That would have been a nice, it ended up being called a ball. Aguilar doesn't seem too happy about the call, but it dropped a little lower than I thought it did as it came towards the plate. So it is 1-0. bounces away from the catcher. Into third goes Walsh. 2-0. Those 17 strikeouts, my first thought was, did Jared Frenny ever do that? Long time legendary fireballer for the Andre Chiefs, great strikeout pitcher in the history of this league. Frenny did, in fact, strike out 17 in a game. Once. In his last start in the regular season of his rookie year in 2010, that bounces off the third baseman's glove. He finds it and then drops it, and McElroy reaches. There are two opportunities there on that play for the Alona to get it out. First, the possible catch, and then after it nicked off his glove, he was able to find it, but then couldn't get the throw off, and it is 11-0 on the error. So no RBI there for McElroy, just the error, and here is Leonard. Two and that got away from the catcher. McElroy's going to stay put. But yeah, Jared Frenny got 17 strikeouts in a game once. And again, it was 2010, his rookie season with the Chiefs. It's 3-0. It was his last start of the regular season, August 6th, 2010, against the Moody Dental Tanners. Got the win in 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, no runs, and struck out 17 with no walks either. The merry-go-round continues as Leonard draws the walk. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Julian Alvarez. It'll be Joe Auger. So, efficient day at the office, I'd say, for Jules. A walk, a grand slam, 2 runs scored. And Auger fouls this one off for strike 1. Auger playing his 9th game of the season. He is 0 for 5 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored this season. He drills this one to left. More of the same. Tack on the extra point. 14-0. Boy. Everyone getting some career firsts in tonight. See the bat flip, too. Auger's first hit of the season. First home run. Second, third, and fourth ribbies of the season. Strike 1 to Bosland. Bosland grounds this one, speared nicely at first, and taken to the bag for the out. That retires the side, but that score bug in the bottom right corner of your screen says everything you need to know. Bottom of the second is underway with a number of changes for the Blue Sox. Strike one is in there. Those 12 runs on 4 hits. Right, Bruce? That's what he said? 4 hits. I mean, that's what happens. You got a number of walks mixed in there as well, but a comebacker to the mound makes quick work of the designated hitter for the base, Mejia. Here's Mora, who flares this one the other way, and a diving catch for out number 2. Boy, can't have nothing tonight if you're the base. Fine effort out there by Bosland. Two down. Mora retired. And here's Guerrero, center fielder. And Guerrero going to be granted time here, and I don't blame him. Juan just wants to get his team back at the plate as quickly as possible, but that'll be a ball. Brandon Guerrero takes a strike. Flared into foul territory and I'll hit the turf first. My mistake. Looked like a nice little catch, kind of reaching kind of back the other way at first base, but to no avail for Grace. Do it again at 1-2. And no doubt about that one. That'll be foul ball. Do it again at 1-2. Well, Guerrero taking upon himself here, it seems, to try and make want it, earn it, pop up, and Want's got it for a 1-2-3. Bottom of the second, still 14-0. Blue Sox after 2. Blue Sox have 14 runs on 6 hits as we go to the top of the third. And of those 6 hits, 4 home runs for the home run cycle as a team. Not in natural order, unfortunately. Can't make history in every way, but solo shot, grand slam, 2-run piece, 3-run piece. And the Blue Sox, 14 runs in the first 2 innings here against the base. They'll be fouled off, and the count will be 0-2. Didn't get a chance to relay all the changes to you for the Blue Sox over the course of the second inning. It was actually Dom Gabardi, not Ben Leonard, who walked in that slot's second appearance in the second inning. But the full change is Gabardi's now in left, in Leonard's spot. Zawatsky is now at third. Look out over there. Joe Auger, you saw him pinch hit for Alvarez. He's still in the DH slot. And Brett Stone, we talked about his RBI single last night to give the Blue Sox the win, pinch hitting for Anderson Jimenez, is now at second base in Walsh's slot in the order, number 9 slot. West Roxbury High School, no longer open as a school, but obviously you see the athletic fields renovated in recent years and still in use by BPS and the community at large. Manny Del Carmen, Blue Sox closer and former Boston Red Sox closer and World Series champion, as that strikeout goes 2-3, and Bosland is retired, 1 down. Excuse me, Grace. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Bosland was. I hadn't recorded. Bosland's out in my book. My mistake. Here's Costello. 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. In the first place, as well, get on base twice without the aid of a hit. Whatever helps, right? What helps the OBP, right? So 1 down, runner at first. And here's Charlie Walsh. Charlie takes down low, ball 1. Charlie, the only member of the Blue Sox starting batting order not to get on base yet. Hoping to change that here. Throw back to first. Costello mentioned his base stealing prowess earlier. Is back safely. In the first place, someone getting drafted in the second round out of a Massachusetts public school in the MLB draft is an accomplishment in and of itself. Chopped up the middle, and they got him. 6-3 double play will end the inning. Quickly retired are the Blue Sox. Still up 14-0. We'll stay with you for a little bit longer and to just finish the thought about Manny. I've said what I've said about high school and college baseball players in the Northeast being at a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to being able to get game action in. But Manny made the most of it and became a World Series champion, obviously a multi-time ICL champion with the Blue Sox. Local boy makes good, indeed. But the reason, Manny's actually the reason I have the Corona slogan, La Cerveza Más Fina is the third option tonight in our Who You Got poll, which I might as well close soon. But when Manny started playing for the Blue Sox, saw me doing whatever this is, I would walk by occasionally and joshingly do an advertisement for Corona en Español. This broadcast is brought to you by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina. I even did it on a broadcast once, but we have not accepted any money from Corona or any other beer company to support these broadcasts. Don't do a whole lot of advertising anyways on these broadcasts to begin with. A little broken bat grounder up the middle, and well, not much you can do about that one, eh? 1 up, 1 down. Watt's still out there. Looks like we have a new first base. Looks like Harrison Tucker is over there at first base now. So 6-3 ground out. Makes quick work of the base right fielder Medina. All free. Rahildo. Kind of 1-2, able to foul this one off though. All free. 5 games we have logged for him here on the Hockey League website. 6 out of 16 with 3 runs, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 4 ribbies, but rung up there. Two up, 2 down, and the lineup turns over for Mello. Mello hits this one to the right center field gap. That'll get down for his second base hit of the ball game, all the way to the fence. Here comes the throw back into the infield, and he slides in with a double. Solid contact off the bat, and Mello picks up his second hit, the first base hit for the base since the single by Villalobos coming up to the bat right now. Mello and Villalobos actually led off the bottom of the first with back-to-back singles. After the Blue Sox had scored 2 in the top of the first, had the tying runs on base to begin that inning, but a double play and a ground out to third later, and still 2-0 after 1 complete, and the floodgates open from there in the second inning for the Blue Sox offense. Villalobos fouls that one off. A double by Mello ends a string of 7 in a row retired by Wannett. Fouled off, and the count will be 1-2 to Villalobos, with Valera due up next. Laced, fielded nicely by Tucker at first, and he steps on the bag for the out. That retires the side through 3. Still 14-0 Blue Sox. Max Dushney will lead things off here in the top of the fourth for the Blue Sox. Down away for ball one. Dush, couple of walks and a couple of runs to his credit so far. Dush, Stone, and Zawatsky due up here in the top of the fourth. Now remember, in the interleague games, there is the mercy rule at play. It would be 10 runs after 5, so no matter what happens in this inning, we are still going to play at least one more. I do want to commend, though, Aguilar for sticking with it. Obviously, it's you talk about, a hiccup on the mound, like 2 or 3 runs by a pitcher, 12 runs, though, in the second, but able to get through the third unscathed. Unfortunately, he gives up the walk to Dush. Max Dushney with 3 walks tonight. Now has the team lead in that category. 0-1 the count to Brett Stone. Getting his first AB of the night. Picked up his first hit as a Blue Sox last night. The game-winning RBI single. And in quite the spot with Anderson Jimenez, who had 2 hits in that game. Now 8 in his last 5, having to leave the game to tend to a family matter. But again, Anderson, we'll keep you in our thoughts, and hope to see you back in the field soon enough. And Brett, obviously not to take away from Anderson's performance, but I can't imagine what Brett was going through Brett's mind. We had to be thrust into that role given the circumstances. Like, it was not a mere, matchup substitution there to have the left-handed hitting Stone up against the righty Whitem last night. Blue Sox basically had no choice in the matter and to get someone in there because Anderson had much greater things to attend to. He came through in a big way. Going to come through again. Full count. Again, Zawatsky due up next. Walk for Brett Stone. Make it first and second. Nobody out. And despite that being the first base hit of the season last night for Brett, not the first time he got it on base. Had a base on balls to his credit as well. Here's Zawatsky. Zawatsky entering play 1 for 11 at the dish with 3 walks and 2 ribbies. Takes a strike on the inside corner. The count will be 1-1. Zawatsky actually picking up his first hit of the season last night against the A's. 2-1 is the count. On the mound this year for the Blue Sox, Zawatsky, 1 save and a spotless ERA. Well, not quite deep enough there in the kiddie pool that is the outfield here at West Roxbury. 1 down. It's caught in left field. Outside for ball 1. Cabardi getting his second plate appearance. Picked up a walk his first time up in the second. Fouls that one off. The count will be 1-1. Now, in my spare time, I've been keeping track of the Intercity League standings and playing around with the Pythagorean wins and loss formula to see, which ICL teams have been, the luckiest or unluckiest, and how good teams, quote unquote, should be this year. As that gets to the backstop, it'll be second and third now to 2-1 count to Gabarty. But interleague play this year, and especially playing in a little matchbox of a ballpark here at Westy, the results for Intercity League teams that have played here certainly throw those numbers off. When Pythagorean win-loss was first proposed by Bill James, it was calculated as, so that'll be in there for a strike three called, 2 down. It's proposed as runs scored squared divided by runs scored squared plus runs allowed squared. The exponent in that equation, at least for baseball, has been adjusted over the years. It's currently 1.81. You can use it for other sports, but the exponents for other sports are also a little different. Just because of the natures of those individual games. Auger to bat for the second time. Home run is last time, following in Jules' footsteps in that same slot in the order earlier in the inning. Hits this one off the end of the bat into right field and caught. For the out, that retires the sides. The Blue Sox get 2 more aboard, but don't bring them home. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 14-0. So, just to finish my thought about the Pythagorean win-loss formula as it applies to the Blue Sox and to the Intercity League. The interleague play is, throwing a wrench in that a little bit because there have been a lot of lopsided games this season. They've generally been interleague games as well. Thank you. One defensive change is reported to me by Pat McGowan is Chris Rassis is now in right field for Justin Bosland. Another defensive change. You now have Bobby D'Agostino behind the plate for Max Dushney. So Max, another efficient day at the office for him. 3 walks and 2 runs scored. So Bobby Daggs takes over behind the plate. And Jack Beauchene is going to take over on the mound for the Blue Sox. Jack is making his second appearance for the Blue Sox, second this week, in fact. Pitched 1 inning and got the win against ADSL on Tuesday down on Dot Ave. 2 strikeouts on his ledger to get the win in his first Blue Sox appearance. So another interleague game here for Beauchene to get some reps in. Mentioned Rassis taking over right field. He's going to lead off the top of the 5th, and then will be followed by Harrison Tucker and Jeff Costello. Here's Joel Valera to lead things off in the bottom of the 4th, ground into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. Valera, Martinez, and Mejia due up for the base. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Fouled off into the screen. Count will be 2 strikes. I don't know why I keep doing that with putting the bottom half arrow of the base spot on the score bug. Fly ball into center field. Bye-bye, says the base dugout. Yeah, bye-bye, Joel Valera for out number 1. Here's Martinez, grounded out to third in his first time up. Not sure if he got a piece of that one, but strike 1 regardless, 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Mario Martinez. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. When you go through the Intercity League schedule this season, this is actually only the 2nd game this season that the ICL has played at West Roxbury. Americans beat the East Boston Knights on Monday, 19-4. And after this, the Mad Dogs face the Al Thomas Athletics here next Wednesday, the 31st. Mejia hit a comebacker to won it his first time up. Reaches for that one, chops it towards the pitcher, and another G1 on his line will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to the base in the bottom of the 4th. We're going back to the point about the Pythagorean win-loss formula as it applies to the Intercity League and the Blue Sox, and does the interleague play throw a wrench in this? I'll have to do just see how this looks just with interleague play and isolating interleague play and intercity league play for the teams. But entering play tonight, the Chiefs at the top of the standings at 16-4, 32 points, and they've outscored their opponents by exactly 100 runs through those 20 games, 154-54. Now, it would be expected of that clip to be essentially 17-2-1, 35 points. Basically, if you divide the points of the team that your team has, your team's record, by the expected record via the Pythagorean formula, you get a picture of how lucky or unlucky your team is. And for the Malden Mad Dogs, they're 5-15, 7th out of 7 in the ICL. But they're also the unluckiest team. They've actually got a very good offense, but just the pitching has betrayed them, unfortunately. They have scored the 4th most runs entering play tonight, but also given up the most, 112 to 159. It's only a run differential of 47 through 20 games, which is less, is just about somewhere between 2 and 3 per game, which isn't, but basically, by Pythagorean formula, their win percentage now is 25%. They'd be expected to be 347, which would be good for a record of 6-13-1. Actually, 7-13 rather. 1 down as Ground out gets Gracias for the first out of the ball game. For the ball game. I need to give myself a little bit more credit. Gracias retired for the first out of the top of the 5th. Here's Harrison Tucker. What a week, huh? Lemon, it's Thursday. I know it's Wednesday. God, what a week. I was like, what a year this week has been on January 20th this year alone. Love you, Katrina. 1-1 is the count to Harrison Tucker. Oh, I forgot to relay another change to you folks defensively. Luke Deschanel is now at second base in Charlie Walsh's spot, which is due up 5th this inning. 4th this inning, rather. So Deschanel's now at second base, and Stone has moved over to short. Meanwhile, Harrison Tucker fouls that one off. Austin Travis looks like is in the on-deck circle, and Jeff Costello's spot fouled off. Yeah, I'll have to take that Pythagorean experiment to another level, just try to isolate interleague and intercity league play, because like I say, the interleague games the ICL has played have been a lot of them have been quite lopsided. Maybe it tells you that, hey, the ICL might be a cut above when it comes to this level of baseball in Eastern Mass. But Harrison Tucker draws a walk. And Austin Travis will pinch hit now for Jeff Costello. Makes you wonder how that's going to play out in center field. Travis, usually a catcher, of course. Started the game behind the plate last night, in fact. Gotta wonder if that can ever be a distraction to the players, the commuter rail roaring by during these games. 2-1. Travis into center field. Gone. Tack on the 2-point conversion. 16-0. Five home runs now in the game for the Blue Sox. Everybody getting a piece of the action tonight. Luke Deschanel into right center field for a base hit. 5 home runs tonight, ties a team record since 2006. 3 years ago, you said, Bruce? Yeah. Against the Mad Dogs at, guess where? Maplewood. Figures that would be where the record would have been set. Here's D'Agostino getting his first cuts of the ball game. So Deschanel picks up a hit. Austin Travis with a home run to dead center. But just backed up the table. 3-0. Deschanel into second. Ball 4. don't have the brain cell to math anymore, Bruce. Probably lost that during my hospitalization. Here's Brett Stone. Drew a walk is first time. Here we go again. Yep. Brett Stone. Better phone Stone. Well, halfway to another home run cycle. There's the record for the Blue Sox since 2006. It is 19-0. Now I've seen another solo shot, another grand slam. Yeah, we've had the 2-run, the 3-run since we completed the first one. You're not the first to have told me that. There's too much going on. I get it. Yep. Yeah, it's a. No, it is not. Is that Beauchene? Was it? Oh, that was in fact Jack Beauchene, and he was busting it up the line to his credit. All right. Good job, good effort, good hustle. Jack's coming back here. Pitcher's a rake, right? He is? Or you didn't, or you wasn't sure? I remember where the DH slot was. That would have been Augers. So Auger must be going into the outfield. Yeah, that's what's happening. All right. Well, please. I feel like I should just turn on the ambient mic here at this point. You guys don't have to listen to me try to wrangle all of this. Hey, if you're a Blue Sox fan, it's great. Curveball in there for strike 2-1. Man. So this is what it feels like to call that Red Sox-Rockies game the other day, eh? Full count. This game wasn't effectively decided in the second inning. I would say Gabardi would be off of the pitch. But no need to risk getting hurt, I would imagine, right now. Yeah, he's not going. Fouled off. A 12 spot in the second. 5 more here on 2 more home runs. In the 5th, popped up into right field. Looks like they need some help, and it drops. Into third goes Gabardi. Auger reaches. Runners on the corners. Well, Rassius started this party with a ground out to short. 1-0. Wind's still blowing, too. He's a little further out. Boink. And Barry going to hold still, but Auger can walk to second. Count will be 2-0 with 2 runners in scoring position. Tucker due up next. Fouled off, 2-1. I forgot where that landed. Closer than I thought. Behind me, that's all I know. 3-2, payoff pitch. High for ball 4. Tucker held up there. That's a strike. Oh, no, tried to. He was halfway between wanting to try and ranch one there and decided not to. Ooh. Is that a strike or is that a ball? All right. I saw it. All right. 2-1. 2-1 is in fact the count. Bases full, Blue Sox. 3-1. Tucker with a walk is last time up. And another walk will bring home number 20. RBI for Harrison Tucker. 20-0. And here's Travis. Diving stop at third, and stepping on the bag there is the third baseman, Villalona, for the out that retires the side. The Blue Sox, oh no, they left them loaded. But they're up 20-0. 3 outs to get. Coldonado is going to try to close this one out for the Blue Sox. And the defensive alignment now has Joe Auger in left. Jake Sawatsky's actually still at third. The Blue Sox have lost the DH. They're strike 1. Costello is out of the game. Auger is in the left. Gabardi is in center. And otherwise, everything and along with Donato on the mound. Now, everything else is unchanged from lasting, but a lot has changed. The Blue Sox, remember, scored 20 against the Andre Chiefs early last season. So it'll be a ground ball right back to Donato. Underhands to first, and the Boston Red Sox. No, it's one out in the bottom of the fifth. Remember, the Blue Sox put up a 20 spot against the Andre Chiefs early last year, and that was really when the season peaked for the Blue Sox. It was a struggle much of the year for the Blue Sox in a lot of ways. Did get to the semifinals against Andre, but got swept by them. They eventually had the reverse sweep against the now Middlesex Expos to claim their first Intercity League championship in 9 years. The Blue Sox certainly back in the swing of things in all facets of the game this year, but the Chiefs keeping their foot on the gas pedal. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Just trying to ward off the Blue Sox as best they can and wrap up the #1 seed. Blue Sox hoping to wrap up at worst the #2 seed, not have to worry about being on the road for the semifinals or having to play in that playoff. Is that strike three or is 2-2? 2-2, thank you. I thought I had strike two already, but it's been a long night. Thanks, Blue. 2-2. Here it comes. There is strike three, and D'Agostino will apply the tag. 2 down. And last chance for the base. Mario Martinez. Last chance. Is it? Excuse me. Is Martinez? No, different. My mistake. On the fifth. A different player wearing 22. Just got the number wrong in my own book. 1-1. This would be the right fielder Medina. My mistake. Hildo due up next if he's able to keep it going, but there's a swing and a miss. And the base down to their final strike. Blue Sox, that lost to the Chiefs 1-0 last week. 2 in a row, and now 3 in a row, and that'll do it. Blue Sox win 20-0 over the base. It is a 3-hit shutout on the combined efforts of Chris Wannett, Cole Donato, finishing it off, and Chris Wannett going the first 3. Jack Beauchene in the middle there, and even trying to hustle out an infield single to his credit. But the Blue Sox 20 runs, including 6 home runs, including the home run cycle by the time the second inning was done. A lot of firsts for the Blue Sox players tonight, and not enough time tonight to go over them all, but we'll get to the recap, obviously, on the Intercity League website. With the write-up, and 3 in a row, some solid wins for the Blue Sox. But Sunday night is when action resumes for the Blue Sox. We'll have coverage for you beginning at 8 o'clock for the resumption of the suspended game against the Andre Chiefs. That was 1-0 in the top of the third when the skies opened up back in June. And we'll see if the Blue Sox can come back and salvage a season series split with the Chiefs. It would go a long way to maybe the Blue Sox jumping the Chiefs in the final ICL standings. We'll just take one quick look here to see if any other finals have been reported tonight in the ICL. The Boston A's and the Lexington Bulldogs got underway at 7 at LHS, but that hasn't been reported yet. Melrose and ADSL, Mass Envelope, and the Mad Dogs and the Chiefs and Palmer all got underway at 8 o'clock. But the Blue Sox of the win go to 15-4-1. They've won 3 in a row, 31 points in the result of the Chiefs-Palmer game pending. Obviously, if the Chiefs win that game, if the Chiefs lose that game, they'll still be ahead of the Blue Sox by 1 point. But remember, the Blue Sox, 15-4-1. That's 20 games now. The Chiefs already at 21 game in hand. The Blue Sox, that's the important thing right now at this stage to see if they can leapfrog the Chiefs as we come down to the home stretch. So thanks for watching this presentation of Lexington Blue Sox baseball here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Don't forget to subscribe and follow and support the Blue Sox and the ICL all year long at intercityleaguebaseball.com and on the book, The Burb, and The Gram. We'll see you at 8 o'clock Sunday night baseball of the Intercity League variety for the Blue Sox and the Chiefs, resuming their suspended game from last month, in which the Chiefs were leading 1-0 in the top of the third. Once again, the final score from Manny Del Carmen's old stomping grounds, West Roxbury High School in West Roxbury, Mass. Lexington Blue Sox 20 in the base, 0. For all my righty friends here at Westy, my name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, Katrina. Party hard, Caitlin.